Seems like we done had a pretty busy day in boxing today. I'm just getting home, catching all the news right now. Shout out to everybody. What's good? What's good? So apparently the IBF has gone ahead and stripped Gennady Golovkin. He didn't want to fight his mandatory, or he just waited too long with the Canelo negotiations, which I could care less about the rematch between him and Canelo, to be honest with you. But by waiting on Canelo, the irony of it all is he could have had a fight with Billy Joe Saunders. He could have been undisputed middleweight champion of the world. But instead, he wanted to wait on Canelo's ass pop for roids. Then he wanted to wait till September to make the match. And go figure, if anybody ain't paid attention to this, now that Canelo has walked on and don't want to fight Golovkin again because of a money split, the IBF decides to strip Golovkin. Didn't even give him a chance to make a match with his mandatory like that since Canelo walked on. Because the IBF was thinking, well, maybe it's a possibility that the Canelo fight was going to happen in September. And, you know, that's going to be a money grabber and this, that, and the third. You know, they was more concerned about the sanctioning fees and this, that, and the third, knowing that if the bills attached to Canelo is going to bring more money than Golovkin. But Golovkin played his cards wrong, man. Golovkin should have fought Billy Joe Saunders almost 2 years ago. And that's just truth being told. He should have fought that man damn near 2 years ago. So now go figure, they stripped him. And he's down to what? The WBA and the WBO? No, he doesn't even have the WBO. He's down to WBA and WBC now. Now, who's he going to fight next? That's the big question. Because Canelo finna take Jacobs. That fight's probably finna happen. Everything I heard, that fight is happening in September. So Golovkin, maybe he's going to fight. Maybe he's going to fight Saunders. Saunders just pulled out against Murray. So that fight could happen, but it's too little too late. It's too fucking little too fucking late for that Saunders fight to happen. But if you want to pick up the strap, go ahead, pick it up. And I really ain't got too much more to say about that, man. It's too fucking little, too fucking late. You should have been fought Saunders 2 fucking years ago, bro. You know, cry me a fucking river. You knew what was gonna happen if you didn't get the Canelo match. Somebody had to know that, because they were pressuring you to fight this dude. They were pressuring you to fight Zervanchenko. They were pressuring you to fight him. And now that he got stripped, it's probably going to be Zervanchenko. And when I seen it, when I looked at the rankings, they got Zervanchenko number 1, and they got Danny Jacobs number 3. So that Canelo fight may not be all that certain. But this is the kicker right here. If you look at the IBF middleweight rankings right now, they got Zervanchenko number 1. They got the 2 spot vacant. 3 is Danny Jacobs. So let's say Zervanchenko and Jacobs fight, because the Canelo and Jacobs fight is not a made fight right now. They're just in negotiations. If the IBF interjects themselves like, hey, we want Zervanchenko and Jacobs number 1 and number 3 in our rankings to fight for this belt, guess who number 4 is? The number 1 contender for the WBC title, Jamal Charlo. He's number 4 in the middleweight rankings. The IBF middleweight rankings. Go figure. I haven't even looked at the WBA yet, but that's how the IBF is set up right now. Zervanchenko and Jacobs are 1 and 3 respectively. There is no 2. And they got Charlo number 4. And then after Charlo is Andrade. The walls are closing in on Golovkin, bro. Walls is closing in on Golovkin. All these fights that he said he couldn't get, now these guys are in prime position to fight Golovkin, man. And he's been waiting on Canelo. Now he's not going to fight Canelo. So now you got to face a killer, bro. Now you got to face a killer. You could have made the rematch with Jacobs. I would have took that. But now Jacobs, he's in a position where he can fight Canelo or fight for the vacant IBF title. So he really doesn't need you right now. He doesn't need you right now. So 9 to 10 times, your next fight is probably going to be your mandatory for the WBC. And that's Jamal Charlo. Yes, indeed. It's going to get real interesting for Golovkin. Real quick. Real quick. All right, second thing I want to touch on. Basically, as far as I'm hearing, Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz is made. I'm hearing that's a fight. Ticket TV is already saying that it's a fight made in July. Look, man, we already know who's going to win that fight. Ortiz is going to knock this dude out. Ortiz is going to stop Whyte probably by 5th, 6th round. It's not going to go past 7. In my opinion, it's not going to go past 7. He's going to get Whyte out of there pretty early and pretty easily, if you ask me. Whyte needs to realize, man, Eddie Hearn is using him as cannon fodder. All he is a shield for AJ. Hearn knows all his money right now is coming through AJ. All the moves that he needs to make is going to be through AJ. Whyte needs to realize that he's a guinea pig. He's a crash test dummy. That's all he is, bro. He's a fucking crash test dummy for Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. He's never going to get a rematch with Anthony Joshua. He keeps thinking that. If he beats Ortiz by shock or Way of America, or however you want to put it, if he beats Ortiz, yeah, then I can see him in a position to get another shot at Joshua or Wilder. But he's not going to beat Ortiz, bro. He's not. That fight goes maybe 6 rounds. I doubt it even sees 7 rounds. I'll be shocked that fight sees 7 rounds. That's an easy fight for Ortiz, man, to put him back in a position to fight Anthony Joshua or rematch Wilder. And you know Joshua is not going to fight Ortiz. They can talk about how old Ortiz is, this, that, and the third. The man with Simon Matchroom still didn't get a fight with Joshua, bro. And that was probably one of his main incentives to sign with Matchroom at that time or have a deal with Matchroom was to fight Joshua. They didn't let it happen then. So it's not going to happen now. You understand? It's not going to happen. Sorry. But I would like it. I would like to see Ortiz put in a position where he can make that fight. But Dillian Whyte, the quicker he realizes he ain't nothing but a fucking force field for Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn so they can conduct whatever the business they want to, the better off he'll be. Because he's a fucking crash test dummy right now, bro. You're on a dummy mission. And in July, you're going to see that when your ass is face down on the canvas, wondering why the fuck did I sign for this fight? I know why you signed for the fight. I know he signed for the fight. He didn't want to go to Russia and fight Pulev. He didn't want to go up there and fight Pulev. He wasn't going to take a money split, less money, and go to Russia. Because this Ortiz fight, as far as I'm hearing, is going to happen in the UK. So he was going to stay home and take that risk, which he was mandated to fight Ortiz, as far as I know. But better off just get embarrassed in front of your family and get money for it. I don't know. But you ain't got a snowball chance in hell on a sunny day to beat Ortiz, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. So, get the best pair of trunks you can afford and, let everybody see you. Get one of them grime rappers out the UK, to rap you to the ring or whatever. Because, that's going to be the highlight of that night for you. Because as soon as that bell ring, brother, you're going to get took to school. And your bell going to get rung several times. That's all for now, y'all.